All right, team. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? All right, let me fix this. I look like a cyborg here. Mm. What's up, team? Good morning, guys. I guess this is just gonna have to do for now. All right, team. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? That'll have to work. All right, let me fix this. I look like a cyborg here. So, what is everybody watching today? Me specifically, I'm looking at Nike here. You can see Nike gapping up from 87.18 to 91.70s. I'll have to look up the catalyst in a minute. We have CMTL here gapping up from 28 or 29.82 all the way to 33.94s. I can't talk. PCRX gapping up some from 37.80s to 39.90s. We have GLUU gapping up on no volume. MO, we have MO Altria gapping up from 40.73 to 42.40. We have MDCO gapping up with no volume. We have ACHN, which gapped up from 360 to 370s. We got Overstock gapping up to 1194. We have SNE gapping up some, but overall most of these have pretty low volume. We got PCG gapping up some. Roku gapping up here from 103.50s to 104, 105. And so solid gap up for Roku after a big drop yesterday. We got JKS here gapping up a little bit. We got PM. PM's probably one of my main watches here from 71.50s all the way to 76.70s. For PM here, we got, let's see. Sorry, I just realized you guys can't really see this. There we go. That's better. But yeah, guys, like I said, let me know what your main watch is. Let me know what you're looking at today. I guess I'm going to have to do this where... That'll have to work. But yeah, team, like I said, let me know what your main watch is today. Let me know what you're keeping an eye on. I'll just do this. Roku, MU, the overall SPY. I just hope the SPY moves. You know, I don't care which way the SPY goes necessarily. I guess I would like to see our market do well and go up. But honestly, the only thing I really care about is that the SPY actually picks a trend and stays with that trend. I want it to pick a direction. I don't want it to be choppy. I don't want it to be sideways. That's the biggest thing I'm really looking for. That's the biggest thing I actually care about, is that the SPY actually just picks a direction. Yesterday wasn't too bad. Overall, if you look at the market yesterday, it wasn't that bad. Most of the day it's picked a downward trend, which is good. And I had a green day yesterday. And so, yeah, like I said, I just want to see the SPY and the market in general pick a direction. I don't want to see choppiness. And you can see MU, AMD moving a little bit. BERY. For gap down specifically, we've got LCI with a big gap down. We have AIM, which is a huge gap fill yesterday. And this is why I always generally say these gaps most of the time fail. We have AVGO gapping down some, MLNT, TDOC. We have UWT, which I believe is a gas or oil ETF, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I'm wrong with that one. Yeah, it's a crude oil ETF, 3 times long crude oil. We got UGAZ, which is another natural gas ETF. We got CRC. And so, yeah, like I said, not a ton of volume. I mean, it's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. Usually it's a little bit dull today. But we got PM. We got CMTL. Excuse me. We've got PM, we've got CMTL here gapping, and so I'll watch those. Nike, and so we'll see what happens. We'll look for some gap fills maybe. It really depends on what the overall market does. though. What's up, TJ? Yeah, man, it is looking a little dull today, man. It's not the greatest. I'll say that, you know. It's not the greatest. But hey, I mean, I don't know if you guys caught the video I uploaded yesterday. I did in green yesterday. Like, I'll show you my Tefs account with my account balance, and so, I mean, that can kind of verify it. But I did in green. I had a really nice short on Netflix. I'll go ahead and break down the short trade I got into yesterday. Yeah, so I am at 467. So I made, it's unfortunate actually, commissions must have burned through me yesterday because I ended the day yesterday up $122. And so I ended the day up $122 before the stream, or when I woke up yesterday morning, my equity in my account was at around 401 or 402 or something, right around $400 even. And so I'm only made $67 after everything was said and done, which isn't necessarily surprising. I think I traded like 8 or 9 times, and so I was able to end green, fortunately. But you know, commissions took a chunk out of it, but it was still green, and I'll definitely take it. We'll see what we can get into today, guys. It's been a pretty profitable month of scaling up. I just have to take my time with it, I think. But yeah, so the trade I got into specifically yesterday after the stream was over was Netflix here. And I scaled into this one with 600 shares, which with Netflix is actually a pretty large position in Netflix. You can see the range I attacked here. So this was the fade I got into. It was right here. And so I shorted it. I didn't short it there, actually. I shorted it right around here. And shorted it right around here. Got squeezed up a little bit, but my risk level was up here at 261.25. And so I got this really nice drop right here. You can see this big drop. And this is what I sold into. And so I got in here, and then I sold into this big flush down. Final exit was right around there. And so, but yeah, if you want to watch the actual live trade video, I also showed my trade log in the video. It's the video I published yesterday after the stream recapping the World Series of Trading. I just included the live trade in that one if you guys want to see it. But yeah, green day, no losing days so far this week. Back to my live account. We'll see if we can keep pushing. And yeah, wish me luck, guys. Should be fun. What's up, Mr. K? Good morning. I know, guys. My wife isn't here. I know I'm going to hear some stuff. My wife's not here today. I know. What y'all's main watch? Main watch today. Let me know what your main watch is. PIR is okay. I like PM. PM's probably my favorite one, just because it's got some obvious levels here. That's what I really like about it. The two big levels that I like with this one are the whole dollar of 77 with a lot of resistance around there, and then we have this low down here at 75 even. If it can break under that low, I'll probably short into it. And really, if it can start looking weak and give me a VWAP fade or something like that, I might look to short into this one as well. We'll see though. It could run. If it breaks 77, it could start pushing up really strong here. And so we'll see. Man, I'm trying to make myself not look like a cyborg here, but the problem is I have so many monitors that the issue with having this green screen, and I'm going to be honest with you, this is one of the downfalls of when you're streaming with so many monitors here. The issue, like, green screens rely on lighting, right? You have to have the right lighting for a green screen, right? But I have so many huge monitors around me that, like, look, if I pull up another screen that's lighter, all of a sudden it changes. You can see now I look like a cyborg just because this screen is lighter, right? And so unless I keep all of my screens really dark, which I guess I could turn on. Let me try that. That actually might work. I could put on night mode for YouTube. I just got to figure out how. Yeah, see, now I look like a cyborg. All right, team. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to change the appearance here. I'll figure it out. Let me see. Settings. Yeah, so apparently there is a night mode. YouTube dark. Ah, I see. What's up, Maestro? What's up, Jeremiah? Good morning, brother. KBH earnings and upgrade. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that one. There we go. Boom. That should actually work now. Like, now it's dark, and that should help. So let me know if this works, right? Now it's dark. I got dark mode on. But it's still not dark, man. Man. There we go. I got it. All right, team. That should actually fix it. Now I won't look like a cyborg all the time, I think. But yeah, guys. So I'm watching PM. Two big obvious levels, 77 and 75. The whole dollar. Not necessarily surprising there. But that's what I'm looking at for PM here. We'll see what else we can find. Yeah, maybe, bro. Maybe, man. But yeah, so let's see what else we get. We got PM. We got CMTL here. Nike. This one just doesn't have much volume. And so maybe I'll watch it at some of these levels here. But the levels are less defined because there's no volume here. So we can look at Nike. Nike's got some obvious levels. Specifically here at like 91.20. You know, maybe another one here at like 91.50 or so. And then these levels had a lot of confirmation as well at 92.50. So these half and whole dollars are pretty significant, but we'll see if we can get a gap fill to a certain extent with Nike. It could run up though. If it starts breaking those highs, I'd be careful, but gonna watch AMD obviously. That previous day's closing price is such a huge level here. Let me find that and document that. Previous day's close is at 53, so right here. I like this because this is also the half-dollar level. And so if we can use this as a good support or resistance level, I'll take AMD there. With Roku specifically here, we've got a little bit of movement up here. Not too bad. Roku got hammered yesterday, and so I'm sure this is just somewhat of a rebounding gap up from a huge red day yesterday. Oh, talking to myself. Yeah, I tend to prefer half and whole dollars with Nike, but everybody's a little bit different. Everybody has their own preferences. Looking at LCI, it looks a little extended on the upside. I think this is one that Mitch might have talked about yesterday, but if you look at the daily chart here, just looks a little bit extended. We'll see what happens, though. I mean, it's built up some support around this whole dollar right here, and so it could bounce. I'd watch 1470 here, maybe this previous high, lifetime high, but we'll see. And then we got, let's see what else. OILU. Gapping down. But yeah, I mean, that's about it. I mean, not a lovely day by any means for the market. Just kind of dull, slow. We got PHAS. I don't know if you like this one. To me, it's pretty choppy. It's got a huge range. Probably a small float. It's not that small. I mean, it's a 21 million float, so it's small. Don't get me wrong. It's just not tiny. So yeah, PHAS, CMTL maybe. This one's actually got a very small float, which explains why it's a little bit more choppy here. Let's see if this one's tradable. No. Yeah, and it's not surprising. I mean, low liquidity typically means it's not tradable in Tufts. PM though, I like. ACHN looked okay. But yeah, like I said, let me know what your main watch is, team. Yeah, so the Tefts VWAP is different than Thinkorswim because it doesn't take into account pre-market levels in the pre-market chart. And so if the pre-market chart's not there, the VWAP's going to be a little bit different. What's up, Junior? What's up, bro? Good morning, man. But yeah, this should fix me from looking like a cyborg now. I shouldn't look like a cyborg anymore. Gonna watch MO as well. MO's got some really nice levels. Y'all leaving? Yeah. Okay, hey, I'm gonna go tell my kids goodbye real quick, guys. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I am back. Like I said, let me know what your main watch is today, team. What's up, Call of Duty Ryan? What's up, Richard? What's up, Junior? My Australian brother. What's up, man? All right, guys. Yeah, I mean, for now, PHAS. I mean, PHAS is just a relatively small float, terrible company, it seems. The long-term chart looks terrible here. Just a very weak company. You know, for a little while it was looking kind of strong. Unless they put out some type of strong catalyst, it just looks weak here, even with this gap up. I mean, in the grand scheme of this long-term chart for PHAS, it still looks terrible, even with this gap up. You know, it's gapping up to here. It still looks very, very weak, especially if you look at the daily chart specifically. Like, really weak last few months here, just hammered few months. So, last 4 months or so just looks terrible. So, yeah. Yeah, I feel you, Jennifer. Hey, good work though. Hey, honestly, 71 is great. 71 is great. If you made it to 71 in that competition, that's amazing because if you really think about it, guys, there were 6,000 people in that competition. You know, that's why I was saying, like, if you got eliminated, don't be too hard on yourself. Regardless of your skill level, you know, there's going to be a lot of variance with 6,000 people in the competition. It's going to be extremely difficult to win that thing and actually have a shot. right, we're gonna get Mitch in here. Yo, yo. What can I learn here? Everything. No, I'm just kidding. We don't teach everything. You can learn what it's like for a day trader in the market. We don't give hot stock picks. We don't give picks. We're not one of those, you know. We just kind of teach you for free. And if you want to watch us day trade live, you can for free. That's kind of what we're about. We just try to let people watch us trade live, win or lose. We're not experts or gurus here. You can learn the strategies that are definitely profitable strategies, depending on the market, really. But, you know, that's about it, man. I don't know. Good morning, team. Yeah, that's an amazing job, Jennifer. Like I said, 71 solid. You know, with 6,000 people in this competition, man. Like I said, regardless of how good you are as a trader, it's going to be tough to place in the top 20 and really the top 100, regardless of how good you are, because there's going to be a lot of variance, and especially with how the market was this past week. More power to those that actually made money with how the market has been the last 6 days. So nice work. Congrats. It's definitely something to be proud of. A lot of people were in that competition. And so really, even if you placed in the top 500, you're still doing a great job, honestly. All right, team. I think we got Mitch here. Let me get my headphones on. Yo, yo. What's up, man? Hold on. All right, guys. We got Mitch here. We got Team Mitch here. What's up, guys?
What's going on? What's going on, team?
Hey, Call of Duty Ryan. Appreciate the sub, bro. Thanks, man. Yeah, man. Kind of a dull day, brother. We got Nike, NKE, gapping up some. Nike up.
Yeah, man. Good earnings.
Yeah, man. We got PM, gapping up. Probably earnings. We have CMTL, smaller float, gapping up some.
Yep.
Could get interesting. We got Roku up. Roku gapping up some after getting hammered yesterday.
Got MO up.
Yep. Let's see, MO.
Best
Yep.
Buy. BBY.
Yep. So we got some stuff here.
I'm watching.
We got Overstock up a little bit. Kron. BB. All those aren't that great though. Foot Locker maybe.
I'm gonna be watching DKS also.
DKS, Dick's Sporting Goods. That's DKS, right?
Yep. Big resistance above it at 39. So we'll watch to see if we can break out of that today.
Yep. I see that. But yeah, bro, we got LCI down, gapping down some.
Yep, gonna keep LCI definitely on watch.
Yeah, we
as
got
that one's cracked down, and I don't think it's gonna come back. I mean, look at that crackdown. This is why I was watching that one yesterday.
It just looks weak on the daily, or not weak.
Yeah,
it's extended on the daily. It seems at least.
I mean, that's what I was saying yesterday. And small volume size is actually a plus when the stock is at those levels. That's what's hard for people to understand and hard for people to trade these. The reason why is that the liquidity actually gets lower right before the breakdown move. So what you have to go off of is only levels. You have to disrespect levels in a stock like this, and you can actually get in on it near the top and then ride it all the way down to the bottom.
Yep. Yeah, these are the ones I actually love put options on.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Like
just because limited
if someone
risk.
could sell me a put option for $12 on LCI,
I mean,
slide.
let me look at what Robinhood's got for put options. I mean, that's
Yeah,
what these are the ones. Like these are the stocks that I really like put options on because my risk is limited, right? Like even if this thing squeezes up, and it could, anything could happen in the market. Like Mark Douglas says, anything can happen. And so your risk is limited with the put option with this type of move because you're only risking what you're paying for the option. If it goes crazy and squeezes up, and you just lose what you paid for the options. Um, Now, if it does work out, you got a larger reward. Let's see, they do sell options and put options specifically on this one.
yeah.
Um, October 18th strike price, or October 18th expiry date. Not bad. They got some good ones. They got not really. They got 12.50 for 90 cents. For LCI, they've got a $11 one for 48 cents. So it's gonna equal out to $48 or so, I think.
What's up, everybody? How we doing this morning? What we got in the chat room? Say hello. What's up?
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up, John? Tyrell, what's up, bro? Michael, Gabriel,
Junior, what's going on?
my Australian brother over there, man.
Let's do this, John.
Joseph.
John.
Yeah, man.
John Brad.
Other John.
John squared, man.
Yeah.
John squared.
Khaled.
One that's interesting, guys. All right. So Mo. This is the Altria Group. This is the cigarette company, but also now has invested in two major, kind of what I would say outside of their normal business. So they invested in Juuls. So this is the big news, Juuls.
The
And they've also
e-cigs?
and they also have invested in Kron. That's where MO is deeply invested in. So that just goes and lets us know. So we already know Kron and the cannabis sector has not been doing well, right? And then the real big news that has been out lately,
All the deaths from
is
vaping.
it's all about vaping and regulation.
Yeah.
Regulation is never good in your industry. It's always going to be not cost effective. It's going to make you have to do like more safety precautions, maybe education, a whole bunch of different things that are coming from it. And all these actually hurt a stock and not going to help a stock. And then now Juul's CEO has now gone away. He kind of quit this morning. He resigned.
Really?
So that's actually really bad
Serious.
news.
Yeah, man.
Because when the regulators are trying to regulate something and kind of there's somebody what we call on the chopping block or on the cutting board, I think we know what happened here. He's on the cutting board and it looked like he cut himself out. He said, I'm not going to stay in this company and, completely risk my name. And so that's kind of like a really, really speculative condition that Juuls is going to go down now.
Yeah, man. So this is what I'm seeing right now, and this is from CBS News. It says Juul CEO shakeup includes halt on advertising in the U.S. So they're actually going to stop advertising in the U.S. as well. And it says Juul said its CEO Kevin Burns is stepping down and will be immediately replaced by a longtime Altria executive. And Juul will also cease all print, broadcast, and online advertising in the U.S. as well. And Altria, the owner of Philip Morris, last year bought a $13 billion stake in Juul. So,
boom, boom.
Yeah, man. Especially with all the drama, like if you're on social media, you know all the drama with vaping and how bad for you vaping is. I don't know whether it is. I'm pretty sure that all the recent deaths from vaping are mostly due to black market cannabis cartridges that people use the wrong ingredients to make. And so that's what's hurting people ultimately. I think it's all speculation, obviously, and there's no way to really tell what's hurting these people. But I don't think the negative hype is gonna be good for Juul at all.
Mapi also bringing up merger talks. with Philip Morris, and that's a kind of two really really strong companies trying to get together. And if they're going to be held apart because of competitive issues, I think that's really what goes on here. Um, I don't think I could see these two stocks merging just because they're the two strongest in the industry, and it kind of creates competitive problems.
Right.
Uh, at least I would feel so because they're just too strong, too much investment, too much money behind them. So they wouldn't really give any little stock an opportunity. But that's going to be up to the Justice Department to determine that.
Junior, man, I didn't know you were that young, brother. So Junior giving us a little bit of hands-on evidence here. He says a bit of anecdotal evidence. I'm a 16-year-old, and jewels are becoming less popular in the school hallways. I heard a kid trying to sell his for $5. Kind of trying to swap it out for some bubble gum, huh? You know?
Nah, you know what the problem I heard is that these kids are going to the bathrooms and then vaping up in the bathrooms, and you can't really put cameras in the bathrooms, so
Yeah. I
that's what
mean,
these kids are doing.
listen,
I mean,
here.
they got to the point they took out stalls in certain schools
Yeah, man.
because they were like, these kids are just going to the stalls to
Well, no,
smoke.
no. Listen, it's actually funny. So when I was like a teenager, right? I went to a military school over the summer one year because I got like a C on my report card. My dad made me go to like a military school if I got a C on my report card, right?
Ooh,
For the whole
God.
right, it was terrible, bro. I hated it. I got a C, man. But anyways, and as an adult now, I actually appreciate it. But regardless, at military school, naturally we'd sneak off and smoke cigarettes and stuff. And this was in like 2007, or this was in like 2003, right? Back then in 2003, before vaping cigarettes, like before vaping nicotine had come out, they were gossiping and rumoring about how they had these new cigarettes that don't smell like anything and that you can do it because we were sneaking cigarettes. And so like years later, like half a decade later, all the vaping cigarettes came out. And so somebody in my military school had predicted that like 5 years before they came out. So it was weird. I still think about that every time I vape.
Yep.
But yeah, that's
I mean,
my
I
random
think,
story of the day.
I think it's kind of one of those things that's the first thing I've ever seen that's a decent product, has good support, um, is trending, but it's just gonna get held back.
Yeah,
I
man.
feel like there's just way too much restriction
It's the
on it,
tobacco market, though. It's the tobacco
and
companies, though.
yeah, they have.
They
But
don't like it, of course.
what interests me is that uh, there was a long time ago where I actually was really interested in Juul itself, and I was interested in who was going to buy
Investing,
Juul.
yeah.
Just because Juul holds, I think
Huge
it
market share.
holds. Yeah, I think it was like 75% of the market share. It's some ridiculous number.
Yeah.
Um,
I never did
and so
Juuls.
yeah, I mean, it's just for what it is. It's a quick, easy, skinny device that you can put just about anywhere,
Yep.
and yet still get an intense amount of nicotine in each hit.
Yeah, just for liability reasons, we do not advertise or suggest anybody do nicotine. Nicotine is bad for you, kids.
Definitely,
Bad for you.
definitely
Do not
not.
do it. It's bad.
Yeah,
Drugs are bad, kids. You know.
I'm not a vaping fan, uh,
I
but
mean, I think it's
I
better
think
than cigarettes. You know.
I think it's just a matter of you pick your poison, just like in everything in life.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's better. I think it's probably objectively better for you than cigarettes. And if it's not better for you, it's definitely better for the people around you, right? Like I know when my son was born, I smoked cigarettes up until when my son was born. Once my son was born, I transitioned to vaping nicotine, and eventually I quit everything. I think I have CBD vapes, but I don't do that much anymore either. But they did help me quit, and so I'm not totally against them, but I think they're really early to see whether.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with just kind of doing your research, finding out what you're really using. If you're using 5% nicotine, if you really do your research, um, you're not doing much better than smoking cigarettes just because the nicotine percentage levels are actually more intense per hit than a cigarette would be.
Yeah.
So if you're the type of person that you're addicted to smoking, and that's kind of a habitual thing, then hey, I don't think Jules is really going to be a savior to you. I think what happened here was the design was intended to actually stop smoking, and I think what regulators are actually hitting it on is that that's not what the intended use is actually being kind of used for.
Yeah.
Everyone's using it more as an alternative to cigarettes more than something to actually take away from cigarettes, where you can say that it's going to slow smoking down. Um, from at least from what research is pointing out, it's increasing use of nicotine and not decreasing it.
Yeah,
So
because it's making it more accessible, is what it's doing. It's making it more accessible, especially for the younger people. It's making it more accessible. So
hey
they're
John, I don't know if you see what I'm seeing, but the Spy changing its look today. Early morning hours, really looking like it's going to crash down towards the 295s, and out of nowhere, since about 7:45, we've started to turn away. We started to make a move right back up to those resistance.
yeah. We'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and, with that said, let's go ahead and look up some news. Yeah, I do see the SPY though. I mean, maybe it'll turn green. Like I said earlier, I just want the SPY to pick a direction today. Like that's all I really care about. I don't care if it goes up. I don't care if it goes down. I just want it to pick a direction. I just don't want chop. No more choppiness. I'm anti-chop in the market right now because it's just too much. It's just too hard to day trade with that. And like yesterday was a green day. I did rebound, and like I said, you look at my account. Like I made $122 with a Netflix short, but hopefully the market gives us something today.
Yeah, yesterday I felt like everything went red, and today everything, at least on my screen for right now, majority of it's green.
Yeah.
So
All
just a
right.
change and swing.
Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the news, and this is for MT
Sure.
Newswires. So this is from MT Newswires from PHAS, and it says, quote, drug developer Phase Biopharmaceuticals said late Tuesday that it recently completed the Phase 2A study that showed the potential of its drug PB2452 in reversing the effects of ticagrelor to prevent blood clotting in patients who have experienced a heart attack. And so positive Phase 2A data and results for PHAS. We'll see what happens with this one. It's a relatively small float at 21 million or so. And so we'll see what happens with this one. Gonna watch it for sure, but we'll see. CMTL. Next one I'm watching is CMTL here. This one is up after positive earnings. And so, yeah, the company reported net sales for the fourth quarter of 176.4 million, which is better than the 167.4 million for the same time last year. And they also beat the FactSet consensus of 164.8 million. And so positive earnings revenue for CMTL. We'll see what happens with that one. We got ACHN here. ACHN. Nice gap up. Gapping up from 360s to 390s here. And let's see. This one is up after the company received a breakthrough therapy designation from the FDA for their Danicopan for the treatment of paroxysmal nocturnal hemoglobinuria. Nailed it. Nailed it. Yeah. But yeah, that's that one for today. We got PM here, which I think a lot of people are going to be watching. This is one of my favorite ones. PM. This one is up after the company announced it is ending the merger discussions with Altria. So yeah, so this one actually, I guess the market likes it because this one basically announced that they're cutting ties with the merger discussion with Altria, the same company that we said was so heavily staked in Juul. So we'll see what happens with PM. Gonna watch that one for sure. We also have Nike here. Nike gapping up, solid, big gap. And this one's up after reporting stronger than expected results for the first quarter. For Nike here, we also have, what else? Roku. I don't think this one probably has any real catalyst. I think it's most likely just up because of it just got hammered yesterday, so it's rebounding a little bit from that. But then we can go ahead and look at the overall market though. And so this is the news that we have in the overall market, the SPY here. And this is from MT Newswires, and it says, quote, U.S. stock futures slipped into red territory Wednesday after an official impeachment inquiry was launched against U.S. President Donald Trump. Dow futures are down 0.06%, S&P futures are down 0.06%, NASDAQ futures are down 0.1%. Oil prices are down again, with global benchmark Brent crude down 2% and U.S. West Texas Intermediate down 1.8%. End quote. And this is from MT Newswire. So yeah, originally we were down. We'll see if we start to rebound a little bit in the SPY today, but that's the news in the overall market. What's up, DJ? What's up, Sid? What's up, Michael? Which one? GHSI? I haven't even seen GHSI. Yeah, I mean, these are almost never going to be tradable in TEFs. I mean, you're going to find some outliers here, but especially like a stock under $1. Let's see what the liquidity's like. That's the real issue here. That generally, on average, has low liquidity. These are rarely going to be tradable in TEFs, unfortunately. They're just penny stocks, and most penny stocks aren't going to be tradable. It depends on liquidity, really.
Your favorite stock, GameStop, moving a little bit.
Let's see. AMD? My wife just got home, man. She better not hear me talking about AMD. You know? I got a hush-hush, Carol. What? Nothing. She didn't get it. Anyways, yeah, market down. Remember, guys, hit that subscribe button. We do this live every single day. Not only do we review the news, and we're awesome like that, we review the news every morning. We show you these beautiful scanners here, but we also day trade on stream for free every single weekday morning. You can watch us live, learn from our mistakes, learn from what we do well. And even if you dislike me, I might lose. And so that'll make you happy. Hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. But yeah, market's down. It's starting to rebound a little bit. We'll see what happens here. We'll see what we get today, guys. All right. Bro, these scammers really hit the comment section super hard on my videos. Dude, just so hard, man. Like seriously, on one video, dude, I've got like 8 people talking to themselves, right, about this like scam on my video. Like, look at this. Like, listen to this, man. It's just nonsense. It's like, let me find it. It's just, it's like I literally have like 8 people talking to themselves on my video here. It's like, man, they're just, and they're talking to themselves, man. They're like, hey, that's such a great product. Oh my gosh, me too. Just go here. Kindly go here.
You know, at least what was interesting is that I feel like I was dead on about Netflix, guys. We saw Roku take a big hit, and ever since then, I didn't like Netflix because it was heading down towards the support, and that 282.55, cracked that. Hasn't looked back, guys. But Netflix is taking a big dip.
Long-term downtrend for that. Not a long-term, but a really obvious downtrend.
Investors backing out of streaming services, Netflix, Roku.
Yep.
You even saw Disney take a little bit of a hit. A lot of people are in Disney because of their service that's coming out now.
Yep.
Their streaming service. So.
Yeah, like Disney Plus or something like that.
Yeah, Disney Plus or whatever. But the real question is that how are these companies valued, and are they trading way too high on their earnings multiple? And that's what happened here. They're just trading way too high. They need to take a pullback. Investors need to find where the value is on these companies, and so that's why we're seeing pullbacks in Roku and Netflix. Looking for long-term support to hold in Roku, which would be 100. A crack of that, and we could go all the way down to, let's say, 82. And then Netflix is definitely one to watch. It's one of the market leaders just because of its capitalization. But for this one, I would look to see if that 280 level is going to hold as resistance. And if we could start cracking down, we can get down all the way on the weekly chart. has a support down at 252.
Yep.
So that's where we're heading towards.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I shorted Netflix. It had a really nice fade yesterday. Yeah, a few fades really. And so I shorted it. Maybe sold it a little bit too early, but I got in on this fade right here. Shorted it right around this level.
This is how sometimes like you got to use the stock to find another stock.
Right.
I always like to find if one's taking such a big hit, you got to find out, is it because this particular stock and the news that's coming out in the stock, or is it just an industry move and investors pulling out and cycling away from those kinds of stocks? And I
Right.
think that's what you saw here. Kind of investors pulling away, selling their positions, and cycling out of the stock. When they cycle out, they have such big sizing that it makes the stock pull back. And
Right.
then they'll look to get back in at lower levels so that they can get right back up there to the top.
Yep.
I
For
don't
sure.
think they flushed Netflix and Roku down the drain, but they definitely took profits and now are looking to get back in near support. So you have to watch the daily chart to see where the volume is going to get back in and find the bag buyers.
Right. Hey, appreciate the sub. Let's see. Trick Daddy, appreciate the sub, brother. Welcome to the team, man. What direction? What direction do you think the market is going today? I mean, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really one of those that try to predict what's going to happen with the overall market, especially. I just try to react to what does happen. So we're just going to wait. Hopefully the market picks a trend, picks a direction here. And that's all I really care about, regardless of which way it goes. I just want to see it maintain either above or below the VWAP, honestly, and just pick a direction. Because the market's going to influence so many other stocks, right? And so I just don't want it to be sideways. I just don't want it to cross and chop over and under the VWAP. That's the worst thing.
298, very important price point for today. On the upside, downside. Downside, I'd look for 295s to break and hold.
Yeah. I was looking right around there.
That's what I always look for, guys. When I look at the SPY, I don't want to look at it bullish or bearish. I want to just know where the important resistance is and where the important support is. That's much more important than understanding if the stock is bullish or bearish, because you're going to at least understand when these break, are we going to get that continuous trend in the area? So you want to see these key price points break and hold. If you're not seeing the hold, that's not a continuous move.
But I'm a firm believer in trading the market you are in, not the market you want. So tread lightly, 100%. Yeah, you got to be in that reactionary mindset, not predicting, because it's tough. That's why you see Mitch, he'll say if it breaks this level, it's good on the upside. If it breaks this level, it's good on the downside. And that's really the way you want to do it. Instead of being kind of glued to one direction or just kind of, very rigid with one direction, you got to instead just try to, be a little bit more flexible. If the market goes up, be ready for it. If it goes down, be ready for that too.
Yeah, the market's very easy to create what we call fallacies, where you just literally believe what your bias is.
Right.
And then so you don't want to kind of be rolling with your bias. You want to kind of, like John says, be reactive, look for important levels, and just go based off of that. Don't try to overthink things. I think a lot of traders make things more complicated than they need to. They find a strategy that works, and then they overcomplicate that strategy versus just trying to knock it in, knock it out every single day, and keep cycling that strategy.
Right. It's one of those things where it's like, that's why I tried to teach my wife yesterday. Like, if you watched me trading with my wife yesterday, I tried to teach her, like, you want to calculate risk reward before you get into the trade. Because after you're already in the trade, like Mitch says, you're going to kind of want to morph the stock or the market to go in your direction. You're going to be less objective. You're going to be the most objective before you're in that trade. And so that's when you want to calculate risk reward. And then you want to stick to those levels that you predetermined like glue, because those are the most objective levels for that stock. And it's important to do that because, again, what did my wife try to do yesterday, right? My wife got into a stock. We determined her levels before she got into the trade, right? We calculated her risk and her reward. But when it broke her risk, what did she say? We said, oh, why don't we just see what happens? You know, why don't we just let it go, see what happens? Which is very normal. That's a normal thing in trading. But that's not what you want to do. And that was the good lesson from yesterday, is that, remember, just be objective. The whole point of building a trading plan is to give yourself objective levels to follow after you're in the trade.
Yeah, good job, Junior. Good, doing some good news search. I already had it on my watch list. We just didn't talk about it. eBay showing up on the down gapper, announcing transition their leadership, CEO stepping down. Interim CEO is going to be Scott Shekel. The most recent vice president or CFO is going to turn out to be the CEO for a little while as they look for a new CEO in this company. One of the things that have been hitting eBay on the downside is illegally selling vapes on their platform. That's about the only negative really thing I'm finding in their news lately.
On which one?
eBay.
Yeah. eBay, what's the float of eBay? Like, I don't know if the volume's just low, but it looks like it's got a smaller float. I didn't know if it does. Let me see. I'm sure the chat will answer me, but let me maybe look this up. Because it looks like a smaller float stock from the... It can't be that small, though. It's eBay.
Hey, you want me to teach you something that's fun?
Huh?
If you right-click on the stock on trade ideas, you can go to more info.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. eBay.
And it gives you a lot of info.
Well, no, I already have the float up. I just didn't. Honestly, I didn't see eBay. It's already at the bottom of this list, right? So the float of eBay is actually larger. It's actually 828 million, so almost a billion, which isn't surprising. It looks like, I guess the volume's just low for this one. Amazon basically destroyed eBay, though. I mean, that's the truth about eBay. eBay is good, but
it's only as good as the other marketplace, and the other marketplace turned out to be better.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, appreciate the sub posted. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, man.
That's like Walmart. You know, Walmart used to always they had advertisement against Amazon for subscription, the Prime.
Yeah.
They kept knocking Amazon for it. Guess what's coming out? Subscription to Walmart.
Right. Yep. Not surprising.
Yeah, they tried to fight it. They tried to fight it for I think like 2 years, and then they realized, nah, Amazon knows what they're doing.
Walmart needs to do something, right? I mean, I think people are always going to go to Walmart, specifically though, for most of the time for like groceries and stuff like that they need that specific day. But over the long run, I think that brick and mortar stores are on their way out. And not all of them. Walmart might actually stick around, but I think over the long haul, I think brick and mortar stores are going to be a very tough market to get into any type of physical retail business.
Yeah, so I say look at the margins. That's what I'm starting to look at in the retail. In clothes, the margins are very high, but the sales are very low.
Yeah.
And at least in Walmart, you know, they're selling a lot of bread every hour, guys.
Right.
So they can at least do what we call market strategy. Right. They can at least adapt their business for how business is going.
Right.
You know, when you're selling clothes, the only thing you can do is try to sell more clothes.
Right.
Or maybe advertise a little bit, do sales. But that actually kills your margin. And that's what you're trying to keep in those kind of businesses is high margin.
Right. Yeah, for sure. But if you're at Walmart and you're selling everything, you can kind of adjust it to sell what works the best, what makes the most.
Back a little bit because you're more than okay with just having volume sales.
Right.
If you keep your volume sales, you keep your investments, you keep your investors, and stocks keep moving.
Yep.
Even though tough times.
We got Philip Morris that's up here. This is basically earnings, I believe, or this was the one that canceled its buyout talks with Altria, right? For PM.
Canceled talks, and the other company doing bad. I
Yep.
think that's just what it is. This is like the second leader, and the other company doing bad. If the other company is gonna do bad, everyone thinks the other one's gonna step up.
Right.
So,
Hey, appreciate the sub.
but overall, if you look at PM, it is still in a downtrend the same way MO is.
Yep.
8750, big key resistance for this stock. But one to watch for sure.
Yep. For sure. I like it. It's 87.50. I mean, it might take a few days if it does even run up to get there though, because it's at 77s now. So that's $10.
What I would look for in this one is a drop towards 75 30s and then a bounce back to
Yeah.
the VWAP.
Yep. For sure. I like those. I like if it breaks under 75, the whole dollar, it's got a little bit of a shadow gap to fill. If it breaks over 77, it's got a little bit of room up to like 80s if it breaks over there. So it's got some room, and maybe this range right here might be interesting as well. You know,
Yeah, I
this
think the
right here.
range overall is going to be interesting.
Right.
Another one I'm watching today, guys, is JD. JD, this is a stock that's kind of come back a lot. Has heavy resistance above it on the daily chart. I'm seeing big time resistance, and the stock not getting the volume that it needs to break out over 32. So now it's pulling back. The support on this stock is 27.12. So that's where I can see it heading towards, and we'll see if it kind of takes a big dip today. It's low volume right now, but just keeping it on watch, looking for the important levels. We'll set an alert system to let me know if it breaks 28s, and then we'll look to see that continuation.
Yep.
Looking for big moves, guys. That's one of the things I'm trying to get back to is try to find the biggest move and then see if it's trading the strategies that I trade and then nail it. I
Yep.
think we did a good job yesterday finding a stock like that, and then we're going to do the same today.
Yeah,
MIK just nice move yesterday, really readable, and took a shot on that one.
Yeah, I can go ahead and upload. Like, let me see. Let me check out my trader view. Just so you guys can see this, like, look, I'll upload the last few weeks of trades in trader view. Let me see.
At least my idea was right yesterday for the MIK to come to 980s. I talked about that yesterday during the stream. I sold it a little early, but I definitely saw that 980s possible.
All right, so look, so yeah, I'm uploading these trades here, guys, from TraderView. Let me see. Just so you guys could see this, so you know I'm not like faking this. Import.
Precise profit. Looking for the commander in tweet today.
There we go. And so yeah, this is my chart for the last month or so. Not too bad. You know, that was the last week that I missed. About 835 in profit in the last month. Bit of solid few months. You can see yesterday I made like I said yesterday I made this $122.85 gain, and so not too shabby. I'll take it. We'll see what we can do.
One thing to keep in mind, guys. Not really the biggest fan of politics, but Democrats here definitely launching a formal impeachment process on Trump. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, man. It should be. It's interesting. It's definitely going to affect the market.
Big time.
Most likely negatively, I think. Just because I think any type of instability with all of that is going to cause negative, bearish view of the overall market. And so that's something to be on the lookout for, guys. Just be careful. You know, I'm going to be paying attention to what's going on. Yeah, TraderView's free. Yeah, we looked at GSHI. It's a penny stock under $1. I looked at it earlier today, or GHSI. Yeah, I looked at it early today. Penny stock under $1 looks strong. I mean, most of the time when I see these penny stocks, the big levels, it looks strong the last few weeks, But overall, the long-term chart looks honestly pretty terrible. It does have a lot of support and resistance at the whole dollar of one, and so considering it's at 86, you know, it needs about another 15% push to get up to the whole dollar of one. That's what I'd be interested in. Low float penny stock. We'll see what happens. You know, that's kind of what I'd watch for GSHI. But it's not tradable for me, so I'm not going to be able to trade it regardless. You know. All right, guys. So let's get all this rolling here. The default layout up, get these scanners up, the day scanners. All right, team. Less than 5 minutes. Let's do it. Snap on the daily, weekly, very strong breakout pattern. Snap, let's see. Yeah, I don't really like Snap. I don't like Snap for a short, I'll say it that way. I just never had good results with Snap. Long term, yeah, it looks really strong actually, long term. You know, which is good. I mean, I know that Snap got really weak for the last few years. You know, it got really hyped up, you know, when it first came out, but after it IPO'd, it never really did that well, except for the last, you know, few months, last 8 or 9 months. It's been doing great. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I think they started implementing some new features for Snapchat. I don't use Snapchat, but I think they did start implementing some new features for them, and I think that is definitely affecting them in a positive way for Snapchat. Monthly calls. You mean like options? They're selling monthly calls on Nike.
Yeah, that's options.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I didn't know if they wanted. I didn't know if they wanted like a stock picks or like put call put.
Nah, John wrote on there. John Smith wrote selling monthly calls.
Okay. Monthly calls is a option that basically you're buying the option to buy a stock at a certain price. Calls are long options, like you're basically betting that the stock's going to go up essentially. What's your thought on McDonald's? What's up, Eagles? What's my thought on McDonald's? Let me see.
All right, guys, want to put a challenge out there for you guys right now, guys. We only got 26 on the like. Let's go ahead and up that. We got about over 200 people here, guys. If you guys are enjoying watching this stream and want to see us continue doing what we do every single day, definitely hit that like button. It definitely supports us.
Yep.
Yeah, hit that. Appreciate it.
Hit that like button, guys. And also remember, hit the subscribe button. We do this live every day. We day trade on stream. We're going to trade the open live for you every single weekday, regardless of whether we win or lose. And like I said, hit the subscribe button. Even if you don't like me, I might lose. That'll make you happy. So hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. And yeah, come join us again, guys. We do this every day. Every day, son. All right.
Yeah, Christopher, the delay isn't much. It's about 30 seconds just for buffering, latency issues.
Oh, selling calls. Yeah, selling calls. My bad. I'm saying a call, like if you buy a call option, you're basically betting the stock's going to go up. If you sell a call option, you're basically betting the stock's going to go down. Like I like buying put options, basically betting that the stock is going to go down, but I'm buying them. I don't do much selling of options, just because while the accuracy is going to be high, a lot of times selling options, you're going to have bad risk reward, you know. But again, I think it can compensate for itself because of the high accuracy that you're going to get, because most options expire worthless. And so it's all subjective. All right, guys, 60 seconds. Let's do this. Let's go, team. All right, so yeah, I'm going to be watching at the open specifically. I'm watching PM. I'm going to be watching AMD again, like I always do. MU. Roku. Did I keep an eye on the cannabis stocks like CGC and Cron here? And then watch the overall market as well. So, also Nike is one that I'm watching for sure too. Just big range. Got to figure out what kind of share size I want to take with that. All right, team. Let's do this. All right, guys. We got 20 seconds. Let's go, team. Let's do it. Here we go. You as well, Harold. All right, guys, here's the bell. All right, there we go. Let's go, guys. Let's do it. All right, for PM specifically, quick bounce right at the open. Quick move up for PM right at the open. We'll see if it gets rejected at this $77 resistance. AMD, quick drop at the open, but then it bounced right back here. We also have, yeah, there goes PM breaking that 77 resistance, pushing up here. Looking strong, honestly. We got Roku spiking up big here at the open, as well as Nike. Nike spiking up, Roku spiking up. We got CMTL dropping some here, CMTL dropping some. We got SPY sideways, Doji. We got, let's see what else. AMD diving down, but like I said, PM's looking strong here. PM's looking pretty strong. All right. All right, so big pullback on PM. I think the interesting thing here is to see if it holds this big 77 level as support. I think if it holds that level as support, it looks okay. But if it breaks back below that level, it might turn into resistance, and so you do want to be a little weary of that. See if it bounces right here at this 77 resistance level. All right, we got CMTL, which is looking weak. Nike ripping up here too. AMD sideways. Markets broke the lows for a split second and then rebounded here. We'll see if it starts to look weak. All right, so like I said, PM is battling that 77 level. I'm going to wait a little while before I get into a trade. I'm not going to jump in with all the volatility that we have. A little bit too risky in my opinion. I was looking at CMTL, just too big of a range, too large of a spread.
MO broke down there, looking for it to come back to 4160s.
Yeah.
NKE, Nike, strong bullish start, really strong.
Yeah. Yeah, Nike's ripping up here. You can see the overall market is slightly down, but it might rebound here. It's a little bit too early to tell, I think. All right, so PM did actually bounce at that 77 level. You see that? Look at that. Exactly at that 77 level, this thing bounced. Still very choppy and sideways. It does have some long up wicks, which does mean some selling pressure for PM. But, well, look at Roku rip. Roku's up. SPY ripped up here. Look at this on the SPY. So we did get a nice little push here on the market. SPY ripped up. Look at that. So we did get a breakout somewhat on the market in the SPY. CGC ripping up too. But so far looking bullish. BPTH. Been a while since I heard that name. Notorious though. Roku pulling back a little bit. Nike maybe for a VWAP bounce here doesn't look terrible. We did get that move on MO up there. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to throw Mitch up while I'm gone.
What's up, guys? Watching PM. Also watching LCI bounce there. We had a quick bounce there in MO, but didn't get a chance to get in there. That was a nice fade, immediate. Looking around, trying to find a good trade here. OSTK holding well. VWAP bounce play in that one. AMD holding well. So is MU. Looking like a bullish day right now, guys. Just got to find the right stock to trade. This Fitbit looks interesting. Right now it's a 5 cent risk for 8 cent profit. Seeing MIK come back down here. The play here would be 980s off of 985s.
All right, I'm back. All right, so what we got? So MO didn't look bad. Let me see. PM eventually broke that level, and it's not looking that bad either. Here. SPY looking strong. AMD breaking down here. Nike breaking down. What else we got, team? SPY looking bullish.
Yeah, quick swing back on Tex.
Market breaking highs again. It's up to 296.30 or so. Cron, CGC maybe for some VWAP bounces here. PM is actually bouncing back to the VWAP here. The only skeptical thing about this one is I like the risk level of 77. And so my risk would actually be only 13 cents if we can get up to the VWAP and PM. And so I might take that with like 500 shares or so. Don't know if I'm going to get it though. Too late. Ah, there's the fade. I was waiting for it. Unfortunately, I just didn't catch it. AMD though, maybe.
Looking at MIK right here, guys.
I could use 53, 6 cent risk.
It's holding well. Haven't got in it yet.
Ah, there goes PM. Just barely missed it.
All right, guys. Shorting here off of the 985s here. Short MIK.
Here, I'll throw you up.
81s here, guys. Well, pretty much 82s. Just don't want it to come back up and break that high.
All right, I got you up.
So this is really the resistance we want to see hold, that 983. 985s gets us out. We draw a downward trend line. We know exactly where we want to hold.
How's everyone doing, team?
Draw a line where you know the resistance at. So this is kind of the pattern that we want to see. We don't want to see it back up here and break this. We want to see it pull back down through the 970s, kind of recollect that 960s. There you go, looking good for us. Let's hammer down here, guys. All right, it's looking good. Gonna hold here to my limit and hammering down here. All right. Just gotta respect the limit now, guys. Set above 85s will get me out, and that's what will happen.
And AMD just got hammered.
Looking for LCI to get to 12, guys. Get to 12. I'm looking for a resistance breakdown in that one. All right, there, guys. Good move. Good first move. Let's let this crack down in 75s here. There you go, guys. All right. Looking for this the spread to even out here. And then I'll take 1,000 off.
Yeah, market should help you. I don't know how much Michaels is going to follow it, but market dipped down a little bit there.
For a little bit more here. There you go, guys. Boom. Taking it off there. 1,000 shares off. Let the rest of it work here. There you go, down to 73s here. Wanted to crack 70s, and I'll take another 600 shares off.
Good work, brother. Looks good, man.
There's the momentum breakdown through 70. I'll take another 600 shares off. Look for a move to 65. Have
Yeah,
already
man.
117, sitting up about 150.
You might get that low of the day crack too, which might be,
That's why
really.
I'm keeping the 400
Yep.
and not selling the whole position, guys. Just keeping a little share for that extension. If it doesn't extend, then at least I have my risk more than limited here on this trade. Already taking $100.
Yeah, man. Good work, brother.
Oh,
Is it just me
saw
or is the
this
chat
one.
quiet? Maybe I need to refresh my monitor.
Let me see.
Oh yeah, everybody's talking. I don't know why. Hey, what's up, team? Sorry, I don't know why it froze for me. There we go.
MO for another fade. Yeah, MO did a nice fade, but I think popped up really quickly. If you got that, congrats.
Yeah, man. That was tough. I was looking at Mo, but you know,
Why am I getting a call?
it ain't me.
I always get disturbed when people call me when I'm trading. I'm
Yeah,
like,
man.
yeah, like I don't need to talk to anybody.
My wife will call me and try to talk about her day. I'll be like, baby. The last time she did it, I was just now scaling up to like 1,000 shares per trade, and so I'm like, bah, bah, bah. My wife's calling me like, hey, and I'm just kind of like, come on, man, get out of here. Let me trade. Let me trade. I can't handle it right now. Yeah, I'm just waiting for some to. We'll see if we get a pullback. AMD maybe. SQ doesn't look terrible. I just don't know if I like the risk reward with SQ, but it's not that bad. About a 11-cent risk for SQ, which isn't terrible. Maybe we're gonna look for a pullback in AMD. I do like AMD picking the trend here. Roku
Right,
for
gotta be
review our
careful with it as it
bounce.
pulls back up.
Yeah, I mean if Mo pulls back to 41.40, it's solid, right? You could use like 41.50 as risk, 10 cents, so and big reward. So I see that funky, but gotta wait for it. SPY pulling back here down to the VWAP at around 296, the whole dollar. Just waiting. We should have some good VWAP fade setups here. We should have some good pullbacks to the VWAP with some of these. Yeah, I'm
All
just
right,
waiting for some
guys.
pullbacks.
I put it up in the chat. Omar talking about how low volume on the pullbacks. Yes, it's looking really good for me in MIK. The only thing that does concern me is these big buyers. This is why I separate big buyers from little buyers or sellers. I got about 4,800 shares that went through at 84 and 71. 71 being near the bottom, so that's the only one that really concerns me. I'm going to hold right here to 980. I really don't want 982 to hold. If I see that hold and break above it, I'll get out. Definitely seeing another resistance try right here. And the real key is the volume that's going to approach it right now. We want a quick rejection right back down to 970s, but we're not going to put enough risk here to kind of ruin the gain that we have. I don't mind risking a
Market,
penny or two, but
the market's breaking lows, so the market's at least testing the lows right now for
yep,
the
I'm
overall
seeing
market.
things pull back.
Yep, so that should affect the market as well. We'll see what happens. CGC about to break lows. We got a lot of downward moves for potential pullbacks to the VWAP, so that's what I'm waiting on now.
Big spike in the TVIX.
Yeah, SPY just broke lows, so it's down to 295.70s. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it holds. But yeah, SPY's looking weak.
Here comes that spike, guys. I expect it. I just want to be careful here with how much it fills. There's the 82 showing up, what I expected. There's 84. It's got to get out. Here, if anything fills. 1,000 shares. I'm out. You might have stopped me out right there. Wick past my limit, but not going to put my $150 at risk there. Take the $115. Good trade. Find another one.
Yeah, man. Good job, brother. Nice work, man.
Yep. First trade of the day. Always want to get a nice little cushion. Give yourself a emotional cushion.
Yeah.
Profit cushion.
It's funny.
Focus.
It's funny. Everybody made fun of us because of our competition accounts, right? Like, not everybody, but we had some haters making fun of us for our competition accounts. And it's like, since we went back to our live account, I haven't had a losing day. I don't think you have either. So it's like, we trade. It's so much different how we trade our live accounts versus our competition accounts. And it's just one of those things where it's like, competitions are fun, but we mean business when we trade our live accounts for sure.
Definitely.
SPY getting hammered here, guys. Look at this. SPY with a huge drop. Look at that. Look at the drop. So we'll wait for some pullbacks here, and hopefully the SPY can continue in this direction, honestly. Should be favorable. Are we watching BlackBerry? Let me see.
Yeah, BlackBerry was down a big amount yesterday.
Yeah, I like BlackBerry because the risk is actually like a really obvious risk level. So you can use like 74 as your risk level. The problem is that the risk reward's not great, right? So you're getting at 66, you're risking 74, and so your risk is 8 cents, right? And so your risk is 8 cents. Your reward is from 65 maybe down to like 52, so your reward is like 13, 12 cents. It's just not 2 to 1 like I'd prefer it to be, unfortunately, And it is what it is. I mean, every trade's not going to be great risk reward, and sometimes the accuracy is still going to be worth it for those. But in the end, I typically try to find good risk reward trades. Like I typically only look for 2 to 1 or better, All right, we're gonna look at MO. If it pulls back to the VWAP, we'll consider that one. Still watching AMD too. If we get a pullback to the VWAP there, maybe BlackBerry too. Just depends on what the risk reward's looking like. But for most of these stocks, we got really nice downward moves. We'll be patient and wait though. SPY's still breaking lows. It's down to 295.50s. JBL.
All right, MO making its way back. Don't know if you want to keep an eye on that one.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm definitely watching. I could use that previous high up here as my risk, so I could use like 48, about an 18-cent risk. I just have to use the appropriate shear size considering that risk for MO. So I'm going to use like 300 or 400 shears. Yeah, we're getting the pullback, unfortunately, before. And the issue here is that, the big issue here actually, is that the previous closing price is right around where we're at now. So like, if it breaks above that, the previous closing price is at 73, so it's right here. So yeah, it's right around where it's at now. And so I'm always going to want to use that as my reward target. And if it maintains above it, that's fine, but we gotta, we need to wait for. those levels.
Need to bounce in JD to get in here. Looking to get in here near 30s.
Man, market's breaking lows. Nothing's pulling back to the VWAP for my entry. There were a few good setups this morning, like Mitch caught one. AMD had another one. And so the market, you can see what the market's doing here, guys. It's not going to let me get a pullback to the VWAP entry, unfortunately. And I could trade low of the day breaks here, but with that, it's just a less accurate strategy than what I really want. So unfortunately, I'm just going to have to be patient here. We still got some time. It's only 20 minutes into the day. And so we're just going to wait for some pullbacks here. Yeah, man. Yeah, 100%, man. Tyrell says, I'm in a state of euphoria. Thank you, Mr. Mark Douglas. Rest in peace. I highly recommend teachings to anyone. Yeah, 100%, man. He's the man. He's the man. You know, he was the man. Yeah, rest in peace to that man. Yeah, one of the best things that ever happened in trading was Mark Douglas. Just so real, man. Just absolutely real. Approaches it in a very intelligent way. You know, a lot of the stuff that we've learned. Yeah, ENPH is pulling back. Yeah, I see that one. A lot of the stuff that we learn and teach is you know, based around Mark Douglas's teachings as well. So just one of the realest, you know. Trying to find those overbought. Man, I don't think much.
Good fade today on AMRN. Good resistance at 1650.
That's the one I didn't watch today. And that one might pull back to the VWAP. Like if we get it at 93, you can risk off a 99, 8-cent risk. I don't mind that for AMRN. ENPH is doing it too, though. So now it's about whether I want to get an AMRN or ENPH. I might go with ENPH just because my risk is up here at 14. A little bit lower float. A little bit less volume, too. No, there's no way I'm trading ENPH. The spread, unfortunately, for that one, it's just a no-go for me.
Lots of volume coming in JD. Mainly at 15s and 25, so at bullish positions.
I don't know about this bullish move in AMRN. It's a little bit different. I think I might wait.
Yeah, looks like a big squeeze potential in Roku. Be careful if you're in Roku right now.
I think I'm going to wait for a little bit more weakness than AMRN. I was looking at AMRN and it's up there, but the way this move happened right here, I don't like. You can see it actually gapped up from 88 down to 86. And so gapping up with regular candle movement when there's no halt or anything like that just shows some strength. And I don't know if I want to risk that for AMRN, unfortunately. I think there's some better options here, specifically AMD if it pulls back, PM if it pulls back. And so I'm just a little bit worried about AMRN squeezing up there. The first fade on AMRN was nice, though.
What I'm seeing right now with big volume that seems interesting to me is FL. Foot Locker.
Yeah.
A big resistance up there above it at 41s. Huge volume put in there at 4083. 76,000 shares. 76,000 shares at 4083, guys.
Long or
Watching
short?
that price point. At that point, it seems long. It seems like they got in a little earlier and are holding it at the support. I'm looking to see if the 4082 is going to act as support right where they got in, 4083.
Yeah.
So we need to see if that one's going to try to break out through 41 first, and then I can go ahead and start trying to tackle this one. When there's a big trader size like that and you see a big doji, let the stock pick a trend before you take the trade. If you haven't been watching the price action, don't try to just automatically assume price action by one sale. So now I need to see the reactionary to that price and to that share size. Nice rejection in an MIK off that 85. Still looks interesting, but holding a bullish looking pattern. So I'm not going to take another trade on that one unless it breaks 970s and then comes back. looking for a swing. I see a swing in the market there, guys. It hit resistance and just came right back down. We need to see it break 295s and hold 295s for it to really look like a breakdown.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be patient with it. I mean, I might look at AMRN here too. Now that we did get a rejection there, I don't mind it after this rejection for AMRN, but yeah, I'm just trying to find something in the overall market. There's 89, so yeah, we get a bounce up to 93 or 92s. I'll take AMRN here, but before I didn't like it because of the way it acted prior to that. But if we get a bounce up here to 92s, I'll take it with like 500 shares or so. We just need the bounce. Maybe MO is going to pull back. I was waiting for PM to possibly pull back too. Just never got the entries here. And this one would have came really close to stopping me out, but a little bit too late for it now for AMRN. Just got to wait for these pullbacks if we ever get them. But the market's just looking weak.
These cannabis stocks been getting destroyed lately.
Yeah, they were strong this morning too, man. They just reversed. Now they got hammered. Like, they were looking good at first this morning, and then they just nope, no sir. Nope. CGC looking weak. I mean, maybe I'll get a fade pullback on CGC.
Ooh, I missed that spike in AMRN. I wish I would have seen it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for AMD. One I haven't been looking at this morning is MU. And MU rejected nicely. But the market's just looking so weak, nothing's really pulling back.
All right, got a bullish pattern on Nike here, guys. Two resistance needed to come up to 92.28 and then pull back to 92 area, and then this could break out.
All right, guys, we got 330 people here, team.
What's going on, guys? How
hit
we
that
doing,
subscribe
traders?
button. Remember, hit that subscribe button. If you appreciate what we're doing here, hit that subscribe button. We do this live every day for free on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Click the bell to turn on notifications. Like I said earlier, even if you dislike me, I might lose, and that'll probably make you happy. And so you're going to want to watch either way. Hit the subscribe button. Click the bell. Turn on notifications. You know you like what we're doing here.
Nike just took a swing, guys.
Yeah, man.
Downswing badly. Watch the market.
Yeah, look at them. Look at the overall market here. The market's getting hammered. Look at this.
Watch the 295, guys. That's all you're worried about. Remember, try not to be guessing the direction here. Try to only think about the key level. If it breaks it and holds, that's it. You're not trying to really assume bias. You're trying to assume that you're trying not to assume. You're trying to actually make sure that it's going to break that low and hold it, because that 295 is going to be a big support for it. So let's see how it reacts at that level.
And yeah, guys, go check out Trade Ideas, best scanners in the game. If you want to use the same scanners that we're using and help support our channel, go check out Trade Ideas. Legitimately customizable and dynamic scanners. Super easy to make my morning super easy. So there's the link in the chat if you want to check that out.
Bigger stocks crashing.
Yeah, I might wait for AMRN to bounce up here. We'll see. I'm waiting for specifically AMD and PM to bounce back to the VWAP so I can short with a very tight risk level. Maybe AMRN here. We're going to give it some time, but maybe AMRN. Maybe. We'll see. I don't mind this move here. A little bit lower volume for it, depending on the spread, which isn't that bad. If we get a little bit higher up here, I'll short into it with a risk level of like 98 or so. So my risk is like 6 cents. There's 90. We get 91s, 92s. All right, I just shorted into AMRN here. 500 shares. Relatively small position. We'll see what happens.
I'm looking to short into Netflix, but I needed to get above VWAP right there. I was looking for a move slightly above VWAP first.
Just a little position here. Maybe I kind of need a little bit larger sizing though, really. But I'll take a little scalp from it. Whatever. Let's see if we get these breaks here. Got the rejection right around where I got in, so maybe I'll add another 250 if it bounces up. We'll see. It's such a small position. I'm gonna start kind of looking at other stuff here. So there's the bounce up. Still waiting for PM specifically. Like I said, PM looks good. Gonna wait for PM, see if we get that move up. AMD, I was really waiting for AMD most of this morning, but I just never quite got it. Still might get it.
There you go, guys. Hold in 295s. Now we should see some kind of continuation. Now I'm looking for it.
All right, there's 90s. So maybe get a little bit more here, 92s. The level 2 on my TEFs is wrong.
Choo. Big stocks taking a dump there.
My level 2 on my TEFs is wrong. Let me switch this out. See if that'll fix it. Here we go. Still wrong.
You know what stock's really crashing a little bit, and most people aren't paying attention
Look
to
at the
it.
SPY.
You know which one's crashing?
What?
Beyond Meat, man. Beyond
BYND?
Meat. They all wanted to talk about it, but now that it's crashing, no one's talking about it.
Yeah, man.
That's what happens.
I don't think I...
As soon as the hype stops, next thing you know, no one's even caring about it.
Hey, appreciate the sub. Ivan, appreciate the sub. Ed,
Ooh.
I'm gonna just call you Ed. Appreciate that, bro.
Big down move in the cannabis sector, guys. Big flushes. Not
Alright.
looking good for that sector at all.
All right, AMRN squeezing up. I just got to be careful here. There's 95s, 96. Just a little bitty trade, but not looking healthy for me. I'm about to get out of this thing. I'm out. $35 loss. I'm not trying to get caught in that squeeze. We just got a big monster rip in AMRN. But in the grand, $35 loss, very tiny. I don't want to get caught in this big monster squeeze that's obviously happening. I don't know if some news happened in the market or what, but something happened with this one. Luckily, I was able to get out for a $35 loss. Kept my risk really small. What else we got? We got AMD. I'm gonna look for pull back to 29.10 maybe. But I'm still just trying to be patient here. The market's been getting hammered. Look at this. Down at 294s. If the market can bounce here, we might get some bounces back in some of these that I like as well. We just got to be careful. Depends on how much the market's actually going to bounce. Not gonna lie, I was a hype beast for Beyond Meat, but I made some money on it. Yeah, man, it was just listen. I'm sure it's a good company. Like it's one of those. It's a vegan substitute. Something's going on with the overall market. That's what's happening right now. Look at this bounce. Is Trump talking right now? What's the news? Let's see. I'm gonna put on. Let me check this out real quick. I'm gonna break down what's going on right now because something's happening in the market. Let me see. All right, so we're having some news that says U.S. new home sale units for August is 0.713 million versus expected 0.66 million, so better than expected. U.S. President Trump urged Ukrainian president to contact Attorney General Barr about opening an inquiry related to Joe Biden. Joe Biden, according to a transcript. And so that's the news we got, I guess.
All right, looking at Shaq here, guys. I have to go at this with 100 shares. It's the only way that I can measure my risk here.
Shake
We're
Shack.
trying to get in here at 110, guys. Have an order sitting there at 110, the risk would be here above 34s. So anything in the 40s and 50s, I would have to get out. If I do take it, it's going to be to limit my share size with 100 shares, guys. See a down dollar move. So
Transcripts weren't as bad as they thought. Yeah, I think I knew something. Like, once I saw the SPY bounce like that, I could tell something was going on. News on Trump so calm.
Quick fill there. Just got to hold to my limit now.
We've got a lot of options for fades, especially with how the market acted this morning. So we're going to wait for some pullbacks here. MU, AMD, CGC, PM.
All right, guys. It's pushing a little bit above my risk here. Can't let anything really fill here.
This seems like the type of market where you probably have to take profits when you can. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, sometimes you got to
It's definitely volatile right now. So the market's definitely volatile today. We've got a lot of movement for sure.
All right, guys. Going to try to limit the damage here. Get out in the 60s. That's the hard part about trading a stock like this, guys, the spread.
Oh, yeah. Spread's kind of gnarly with that one.
Oh, it just happens, got destroyed by it. Definitely not happy with the trade. Yeah. It wasn't nearly the best trade, but I've been trying to take down some of these bigger stocks. Now I'm getting a 30-cent spread, which is just destroying me right now.
It might even out. I mean, there you
go. Look
at me. Look at me, man. I'm a psychic right there. Boom.
No, I willed that one. A little intense there, guys. So you're talking about a spread about 40, 50 cents. So little intense, just a little bit.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
I would like to see the ass get down underneath 100, and that will really get me comfortable. But I'm gonna give it a second here.
I did nail Netflix yesterday. Let me see what Netflix is doing. Ooh, Netflix is up there. Risk off of 80s maybe? No. I'd have to risk off of 17. Market just squeezed above the VWAP there.
Yep. I might get squeezed out right here, guys. Anything fills here, I'm just out. These market makers is spreading this thing up.
What's the float on that one?
It's not the biggest. I mean, it's brand new stock, but
yes, it's got to be kind of small with the spread like that. I mean, I don't know how small, but if it's
just not a lot of volume traded, guys. That's what's happening here. Small volume, only 102,000 shares. All right, guys, gotta be careful here.
Do I think Roku will bounce? Possibly, you know. Market's getting rejected. That might help you. Market just got rejected. All the way underneath the VWAP.
Gotta learn from this one, guys. Gotta learn from this one. Don't want to be putting myself in this position. It just doesn't get you to be in what I would call market edge. I'm at a point right now where I'm at the market's kind of
whim
grasp. Yeah, and that's not where you want to be as a trader.
Yeah, it happens though, brother.
It's just how it is. The spread was not this spready when I got in it. It was only 10 or 15 cents, and then as soon as I got in it, it opened up 25 cents. and I've seen it maximum now 40, almost 50 cent spread. So that's just the hard part about trading bigger cap stocks. That's why a lot of people say, oh, why don't you trade Apple? Why don't you trade Google, Facebook? Reason why is a lot of times because of moments like this when the spread is just way too big.
Yeah, man.
I'm just sticking to it just because the daily chart supports a breakdown here through the 100. So got to give it a chance. I've already taken the trade, and I like to stick to the trade once I take it. There you go. Good down move there. Let's see if we can start holding down below 100 there. Looking good, guys. Nice hard rejection there, guys. At least we know for sure our risk point 150 was a good risk point. Let's let this work now. This guy, Junior. Calling the spread Nutella. This guy said that my spread went from Whippy to Nutella.
Yeah, I gotta refresh. For some reason, my chat's slow.
Yeah, just make sure it's on the live chat, not the top chat.
Yeah, that's what it is. I don't know why mine does that, man.
Yeah, it
the
does.
Spread went from Whippy to Nutella real quick. Yeah, but it's also the SPY. Like the SPY ripped up, just got rejected all the way below the VWAP, right? And so
yeah. My biggest thing is just a daily chart on this one, guys. This thing's been running. If it cracks low here, it can really crack. So give it a shot. See what happens here.
Yeah. I've been waiting for a bounce, and like PM got kind of up there, but it's still not quite at the levels where I want to enter it. Market's getting hammered here,
though. But still.
Yeah, MO, if it gets up to 16, I might take it. It's just, where's my risk? I got to wait for these entries, though. No good, really solid entries yet, and the market's diving back down now, which should be good for you. I don't know if Shake Shack, I don't think Shake Shack's listed on the S&P, but it's still gonna, the market's still gonna ultimately affect expensive stocks like this for the most part.
Putting out an order here to cover just in case we get a good down move. I can cover at the 99.40s.
Never quite got to pull back to the view up like I wanted.
All right, guys, my order is out on the bid, 99.40s. Might have to cancel it and just take 99.50s if it just holds there, but I'm gonna try to get down there to where I want to get it.
Yeah, I came really close to shorting Netflix, but it just dropped a little bit too quick for me. But I've been liking how Netflix has been moving, especially since Netflix has been in kind of a downtrend lately on the longer term chart. So just missed that one. Waiting for PM, see if it can get up there, but just trying to be patient here. Oh, man. Gotta wait for some of these bounces.
I'm not gonna lie, the Shaq has that emotion riding today.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just rest easy, brother. You're well into the profits, so no matter what, you should be okay with this one, I think.
Yeah, it's having a little emotional. You know, you guys know me, guys. I'm not one to run towards profit, but even here, the feeling's there.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. With the spread, running to profit might not be a bad thing for that one. Just because the spread is, like you said earlier, it's super tough, man.
Yeah, it's definitely super tough. I think what's keeping me in it is the SPY has held 295s. I don't want to see that candle turn into a green candle on the 1 hour chart. So That's what I'm trying to see if we can get a rip down through this 295. That will definitely rip this thing down here. So trying to
Uh,
stick around for a second.
we are using TradeNet TAFs as our platform. TAFs is the platform we use. So yeah, if y'all want to check that out, there's the link in the chat. There's a lot of benefits for new traders using them. You get 14,000 in buying power with the funded account program with their base package, which through my link is only 350. There's no PDT rules, so you can day trade in short stocks, which I think is a huge benefit. Also comes with a trading course, access to their chat room, and a demo account to trade with for a few weeks when you first get started. And I think that bundle makes a lot of sense risk reward wise. It operates like a prop
All right,
firm.
guys. Seeing the bounce in the market, just took the profit.
Yeah. I mean, with the spread, I think that was the right move, brother.
Yeah, the bounce is going to come to at least 100, and that's where my entry is. And I want to put the position for it to come back to 130, 140. I can get back in the trade there versus not taking this profit.
Right. But yeah, guys, there's the link in the chat. It operates like a prop firm, and so there's a 70-30 split, and there is a $700 max loss, but you're only paying $350 for it, so the risk reward makes sense, and it's really one of the ways that new traders can get started and actually short stocks in the market without risking a ton. Because most of the time, new traders end up depositing thousands into a conventional broker, and let's be real, most of the time they lose that. This is just a much cheaper way, guys. And so there's the link in the chat. We do make a commission if you want to sign up, and if you sign up through us, and so we appreciate any support we get through that. But yeah, man, it was a good trade, brother. Nice trade, bro.
Yep. Just looking for the next one, guys. Trying to get that 3 for 3 day.
Yep.
So funny. I felt like I couldn't hit a trade for my life in the competition. And
Yeah,
then
man.
ever since then, I'm 4 for 1.
Yeah, man.
4 winning trades, 1 losing trade.
Yeah, I haven't. If today's losing, that's fine. But today would be my first losing day, if it is a losing day at that, since I transitioned to my live account. It's just kind of how trading is. Like, trading moves in waves, right? Like, sometimes you do really well, sometimes you do terribly.
All right. Looking at OSTK, guys, need to pull back to about 1190s or 1180s, and I can long that one. Saw a nice spike right there with about 10,000 shares. Looking for a pullback to 1180s or 1180s is where I want it to be. 1180s, 1185s. Risk would be here 1175.
I actually, Jorge, I haven't. I haven't really been profitable enough. I've only recently actually pulled my account into the profit. Like you can see, I'm about $432 into the profit. And like I said, we don't claim to be experts or gurus or anything like that. But once I get my account up to over 1,000, I'm gonna try to withdraw one. I did have a friend of mine actually follow through with the withdrawal. You can do one once per month, so you can request them once per month. If you request it at the beginning of the month, you're supposed to get your payout on the 10th, I think. But I think my buddy did it, and he requested his on the 10th and received his money in his bank account on the 19th. And so it took 9 days, which was pretty quick. He said it was pretty smooth and flawless. He didn't have any issues with it. But like I said, I haven't specifically done it yet, you know. But I'm getting there. We're close. I'm at $432 in profit. Once I get up to over 1,000, that's when I'm gonna do it specifically. So I'm just trying to get enough to where the withdrawal would actually be worth it, you know.
Trying to get in here, but not getting the price I want in OSTK. I want it down to 80s. It only held 87s on the ask. I feel like that's a little bit too much risk because the downside risk is 75. Trying to get in here with a good amount of share size, but definitely looks good for a squeeze. Yep. Probably gonna miss it here. Been a little picky about my entry, so.
Hey man, I'm being way too picky today. I've only traded once, and it's not even. I don't even think I'm super picky. I think the market just was so weak. We never really got a pullback to the VWAP like I like it for kind of my style of trading. So it's like we got a huge dip at the open, and then we never have really gotten many pullbacks to the VWAP. It's always just they've all kind of maintained below the VWAP almost all day today. And so I'm looking at a few stocks that had really nice downward moves at the open, but none of them have really, you know, pulled back or bounced.
That young investor looking for that breakdown. Yeah, I think I missed that bounce on OSTK. I like when things squeeze and come back to VWAP. That's your chance. That's your chance.
Right.
If you can actually see and you feel that you see a squeeze, a big squeeze, you don't want to chase into a squeeze. You want to find where the proper level on the pullback is. The proper level will be for this stock to hold 1180s because you draw a trend line to where it broke down the short pattern,
Yep.
and you want to see it turn that prior resistance into a support. That right there, that exchange of reversal and then followed by volume being bought up at that point can really squeeze a stock.
Right. What's
Shorters
up?
get out, longers get in.
What's up, Young? What's up, bro?
That man's looking for that 295 drop on the SPY.
And we might
Can't
get it
blame
too.
him.
I mean, we're getting a pullback to the VWAP. Like, we might actually get. We might get it. The SPY's bouncing, so I'm gonna start looking for my short entries on any of these bounces. I'm also looking at Kron here because Kron's got a super tight risk reward at like 8 cents on Kron. SPY bouncing though. There's the SPY ripping up. It just depends here, you know. Like, it depends on what the SPY does, but just to show you guys, this is the SPY right now. You know, look at the SPY rip. So SPY's bouncing. We'll see what happens with it. This should give me a bounce opportunity to get into a few things if we can get a move up there. But I got to be patient and wait for it. Maybe Netflix too. Netflix is bouncing back. Biggest issue with Netflix is that it's already faded twice today.
OSTK doesn't want to give me the spread to get in at the right pricing there, guys. When it dropped there to the 80s, it held the ask at 90. I can't get in there, guys. I don't want to get in at the top part of the spread. I'm trying to get in near the bottom, near that 85, 80 level. That doesn't seem too bad.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking about ENPH earlier for a fade, but that thing has a ridiculous spread relative to the price, and it still doesn't look that bad. It's just the spread's so crazy with this one.
I got an interesting one for you to watch. If you
Here goes
want to take
PM.
a look, you could take a look at LCI. LCI, definitely interesting. Only thing you have to do is you have to be really, really tight with your risk. But the risk in this one, I think, is like about 15 cents. And the profit that could come from it is about 40 cents. So the risk to reward is there. I would just wait for one more pop into the 1150 so that you can risk off the 1160 area.
Yeah, I might do PM. I've been waiting for this one all day to get a bounce back to the VWAP area, and I never quite have gotten the bounce. I can risk off of about 80 here, and so if I get in at 37 or so, my risk is like 40 cents. A little bit larger range than I generally trade, but that's what I'm watching now for PM. We just need a move up there. I've just been waiting for that one all day. With LCI, let me take a look. Yeah, that one doesn't look bad. I don't
You
know
can
if I'm
tell
gonna
it's
get
been
PM.
trying to break above that 1150, but if it holds it, it can become a resistance.
Man, I don't want to use FOMO and just jump in PM here. I've just been waiting for this all day. We got to bounce up to 76.20, but we just never got up there. It's one of
It's
those
okay
days.
to miss, bro.
Yeah, that's.
but especially when it's not there.
And I can see it. It's like I see it. It's gonna fade a little bit before my entry. Like my entry ideally would have been right here. And I'm not mad at myself for being strict with my risk reward. Like there's where I would have wanted to enter, and it got just under that. But that's how it goes sometimes. We'll see. The SPY's ripping down. We also might get Kron. Kron can get up to 930. I can risk off of 38 for like an 8-cent risk for Kron. Just got to get up there though, which is a big if. There goes the market, just get hammered down. There's a 295 break, Young. There it goes, bro.
The boy's ready for it.
Yeah, man. There it goes. Hey, it's down. It's at 294.90s. We'll see if it holds now. I mean, I think it might bounce there, but it's down.
Looking for a bounce in Kron here, guys, or a bounce in CGC. If I can get any of those two at VWAP, I'll take a shot with those. That
Yeah.
has a good enough range now that we can attack it.
Yeah, that's the one I just talked about too. Kron can get up to 930. I'll consider it, but it's got to get up there.
Got
I
it.
could risk off of like 8 cents.
Hey, man, great minds think alike, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there goes PM. Never got it, unfortunately, but well, like I said, what we got today is this. We got a lot of downward moves. No really bounces back to the VWAP.
Yeah, Junior. That's part of the hard part about being subjective in your trade, and that's why we try to teach being objective. I know that sometimes being objective and sticking 100% to your plan might not even be the 100% right way, but it at least keeps you in the mathematical advantage. That's
Right.
why we kind of teach it also, because sometimes, like, I cut my trade short on Shaq. Yeah, I took the profit. I felt the bounce was coming, and I got out of it. That's being subjective, and sometimes as a trader, you will be subjective, but I think that comes with experience. You have to have a lot of experience to know the subjectiveness and in your decision making. But what you really want to work on is more objectiveness. This is my level to get out. This is my level to take profit. And and if you respect that, you give yourself the mathematical advantage. And
Right.
that's what we need, guys. We need a mathematical advantage in the market to stay consistent over time.
Right. All right, I'm gonna jump in with 200 shares and try to scale into Kron here. Um, we'll see. If it drops before then, I'll make a little bit of money, and if it bounces up to the level I want, then even better. But it does have some resistance above it, so we'll see how that works out. We also have a few other stuff. I'm still waiting for PM. If PM can get up there, I'll still look to short that one too. Maybe AMD. I don't like AMD as much. It's a little bit more parallel than I prefer it to be. But yeah, I'm taking really small size just because, like I said, it's way too early for me to jump in this one. So instead of having FOMO and taking huge size with it, I'm just gonna let this work. And yeah, there's the drop. I mean, this is why I got in a little bit early, and it is what it is. I guess I'll just scalp it if it does keep dropping.
Yeah, Jojo, we're keeping an eye on Kron. John says 930 is his level he's looking for. I'm looking
Yeah,
for a slight tick above 934s. Really not much difference there, but just looking for a tick above. See the support there at 934, so I want to use that to get closest to resistance.
yeah. Gonna look at. Hey, appreciate the sub, brother. Let me. I'll have to check to see who subbed in a second, but appreciate it, man. I'm pulling PM up here because this is another one I'm considering. I'm just gonna pull both of those up while I'm waiting. Let me see. Hey, appreciate the sub, brother. Thanks for the subscribe, man.
Junior, the bell sound comes out of Thinkorswim.
Yeah. Yeah, if you hear the little bell
If you
sound.
have your sounds on, it should go off automatically. I don't know. I never set mine up, John. Did you set yours up or did it
For what?
automatically?
Sometimes if I click
bell.
the wrong thing, it'll bell. If you hear a bell, it could be the subscribe.
No, also the opening bell
Oh yeah, that's me.
on the Thinkorswim.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me. So whenever the bell rings, as long as I have that's my desktop audio, right? So that's what I hear on my end. So yeah, you guys should be able to hear the bell on my end too. But yeah, it's Thinkorswim's bell.
Yep. All right, guys. LCI getting interesting here, guys. Getting updated at 1150, but I saw a big amount of share size. It's kind of hard to jump in with that because the problem is that it could be a long, and this is when you get into that point where it's either going to be a huge short that someone put on there, 20,000 shares at 1150, or it's a long. And the long here is more dangerous than the short. The long here really creates a spike to $12. So, as much as I wanted to take this trade, I have to be rigid towards it, and it would be rigid towards 1160 here. It's interesting, but
there goes PM.
I didn't expect that much sizing.
There goes Kron, which is this is why I got in a little bit earlier in case this move happened. Um, Caught it, but it's such a small position. It's kind of insignificant to me. Finally, we're actually getting a PM to get up there. If PM can get up to 36 or 40, maybe I'll risk off of like 80. Like I said, I don't mind that. AMD's climbing up there too, and this is just the market rebounding here is what we're getting. Market's ripping up.
At 295, guys, we talked about it. Can it hold it? It said no.
No,
You thought
can't do
so.
it. Gotta be quick.
That's why we don't assume, guys. That's why we can't make assumptions, because when we make assumptions, we create that biasy, and then we create that the fallacy, and from there on, you're kind of fish out of water.
Yeah.
As they say.
All we can do is react. You know, that's the best thing we can do is just react to the market instead. You know, if we can get into a reactionary mindset, it's much better than trying to predict which way the market's going to go. Because in the end, nobody knows where the market's going to go. I don't care what they say. I don't care what they do. Nobody really knows.
Nobody
Yeah.
knows.
Nobody knows. You know, nobody knows if the market's going to go up, down, sideways, diagonal. Nobody knows, man. And that's why, like, we could try to predict it. I'd much prefer to just react to what it does do, because human psychology is predictable. And so depending on what the market does, we can react to what it does successfully. You know, if we try to predict, if we're too rigid in our plan before we actually, get into a trade, then we're just going to keep ourselves kind of locked down to that. And that's never what you want to do with trading. SPY ripping up though. SPY's up to 295, testing 296. I could short AMD, but with the market ripping up, I don't think I'm going to. Just gonna probably try to keep the rest of this Kron one pretty break even, maybe add to it up to 930s or so, but I mean, AMD is up there. It just depends on what the market does here. Gotta get up to about 97 or so, though. We get 97. I could probably... Let's see. If we get 97, I could risk off of like 07. Maybe 10. 13-cent risk doesn't look bad there. For AMD, I was waiting for PM. I don't know what PM is going to do. I like PM a little bit better than like AMD and all the other ones, just because PM at least has like an extended, not an extended, but it at least has like a gap up to base it off of. Alright, I might take a little bit of AMD here. Just like 100 shares. See if we get a rejection here. For a quick little scalp. Keep my position list up here.
Short, guys. Short snap. Short in the one you don't like, man.
Yeah, man, that's my enemy, brother. That's my enemy, bro. I just never had good results with Snap, man. I just never had solid
Yeah.
results.
I just saw kind of a rejection there at a good level. At least gives me a level to go off of here.
Yeah. Kron's right up there. I'm already in a little position on Kron, though. But it's just 200 shares. So, like, we'll see. Just little baby trades here. Risk in Kron, I guess, is going to be that 33 level, maybe. Could add a little bit more to Kron. Look for that fade. I guess I will. 400 of Kron. We'll see. See if AMD gives me the fade too. Both of these are pretty small positions though. AMD is looking a little bit stronger though. That's the biggest one I'm really the more concerned about is AMD. Kron looks okay. See if we get the whole dollar rejection on Kron. Or on AMD. Here's the market diving back down. Hopefully that'll affect AMD negatively, but it's running up. Only 100 shares though. This one's a little bitty position. My risk is about 29.05. It firmly breaks that. I'm just jumping out.
All right, looking good for me. Let's see if we can continue down here.
That makes sense. I was looking at the wrong one. That makes a lot of sense. I had these backwards. I had these backwards, man. I was looking at AMD for Kron and Kron for AMD. I was wondering. I was like, man, AMD's moving much more than that. All right, this is right around my risk level here for AMD. Just a small day for me. I'm trading pretty small today. What are you in?
Yeah,
I might throw you
I'm
up.
in Snap.
Okay, here.
Just trying to focus in here, guys.
My trades are so small. You're probably in a larger position. Yeah, you're in 1,000
Yeah.
shares. There you go. I'll throw you up. Just trading small today.
Oh, we got a question in the chat. How much are commissions for each trade?
There's the $1.50 minimum, but they're roughly 0.006 cents per share. And so very small, very light, not very much. That's one of the reasons I can take such a small position here and be okay and not be, and still be net profit after everything is said and done with like a good trade. So they're not very much. They're very cheap. If you're using small size, they're much more favorable as well. So like if you use small size, commissions are super cheap.
All right, guys, a lot of volume filling in here. Need to see a nice rejection here. Don't want to see it just squeeze to 17. We'll just stop out. Would like to see a rejection here to the VWAP. That'll definitely get me feeling positive about this trade.
If Mitch has a losing trade on Snap, he's gonna hate it too.
Yeah.
Nah, but it looks good,
I've
bro.
traded it before.
Yeah.
I traded her before. She's very. I think you have to just respect it. It's
Yep.
either gonna work for you a lot, or it's gonna go against you a lot. It's kind of like Square for me.
Yep.
I feel like Square does the same thing. It either works really, really well for me, or when it goes against me, I gotta respect that and
Yep.
get the heck out.
Yep. 100%.
And so, regardless of the way, just respect your trades, guys. Understand that there's certain stocks that move faster than others, and you have to respect, especially the really quick moving ones, because you can get in a world of hurt really quickly.
Yep.
All right. Now I'm at the point where I'm feeling confident. I really just don't want to see 90s get kind of pull up and hold. A rejection from here. We've already gotten a couple rejections up at this level. Now we just need a little bit of volume to sell out and some shorters to step in.
Yep.
I think what's really going to be important, next 15-minute candle on the SPY, if we can get this next candle to just drop down through the VWAP.
Yeah, we had a really volatile morning in the SPY, but just since then it's been kind of up and down.
All right, got to really be careful here, guys. This is the point where we could see a whole bunch of volume flow through, and it can squeeze on me, so just have to respect my levels here.
Let me catch back up on the chat.
Yep.
Have you been with other brokers to say that their commission are cheap? Yes. I've been with Thinkorswim, SureTrader, Stock Trade, Robinhood, Webull. I've been with a ton of different platforms, and objectively, the TEF's commissions are objectively cheap if you use small sizing specifically. Like if you use small size, you know, like I said, if I take 300 shares or less on TEFs, my commission's like $5. That's objectively cheap.
I think it's cheap all around. I mean, there's certain ones you'll find cheaper when it gets to bigger and bigger share size, but I think for what you're getting, the buying power you're getting, it's cheap, guys.
Yeah, it's objectively cheap for sure.
All right, guys, we got a nice rejection there off of 90s. Don't want to see 90s come up here and hold. 93s will get me out here. Just going to wait and be patient. If it's going to fulfill, it will fulfill, guys. And I just got to be patient about my risk spot and hold here. Look for the crackdown. If it happens, I'll get a nice profit. This will be a 3-to-1 trade, and that's what I'm looking for. And so I'm going to stick to it, guys.
Yep. Yeah, looks good. SPY dropping down.
Like I talked about it, guys. At 10:45, we'll get another 15-minute candle. I'm looking for that thing to open up and just head towards 295.
All right, Junior. Later, brother. AMD almost at VWAP. I was waiting for VWAP all day for AMD. Let me look. Ooh, I mean, it is hitting VWAP on my chart. It's already broken VWAP on mine. Oh, yeah, I'm in AMD. I forgot. I'm in AMD. I forgot about that. Right. It is it did break VWAP. I forgot. I literally forgot I was in that position. Oh, man. That's the funny thing of the day.
All right, guys. This thing's squeezing up there to the 1690s. Need to see a rejection here.
Yeah, I might get squeezed out of Kron soon. I mean, I'm being patient. I'm in with 400 shares, so it's not like a huge position with Kron. I'm down like $17. Very insignificant.
Here comes a push up, guys. Rejection. Holding. some size filling in there. Got to be really patient here and just respect my limit.
Yeah, mine are just kind of standing still too.
Yeah, candle held, didn't go to VWAP. Looking for it to reject here. There you go. I like that high right there, guys. Looking good for us. All right, guys, if this cracks 80, I'm going to take a shot here for a big gain today. Ooh, it did a little fake out move there. And my finger literally went on the trigger and just got off of it. Just, like, I literally held the short and I just said, nope.
No, sir.
It said, you got to be quicker than that.
Yeah.
All right, guys, just got to hold to this pop. 92s held really well there. We don't want to see 93s fill. Looking for the rejection here, the final rejection, so that we can crack down VWAP. Would love to see the SPY just reverse, crack through VWAP.
Yeah, SPY's just sideways again, unfortunately. It's what I said I didn't want today. I wanted the SPY to pick a direction. We did get a nice trend, though, this morning. So we did get a nice full trend this morning. Really nice downward move. A lot of downward action this morning. So I can't really complain about the market today overall. We're just going to wait. I mean, I'm just caught in the chop with these. AMD's looking good, though. AMD bounces back. I might add a little bit more to it because I do like AMD here.
Just got to respect my level on Snap, guys. If it just squeezes me out, it's okay to get squeezed out, guys. You got to stick to your trade.
Yep. Everybody's going to get squeezed out sometimes, for sure. I don't care how good of a trader you are. Everybody's going to get squeezed out. You know, it's part of it. Especially if you're trading.
Being frustrated.
Right. Especially if you're trading these range-bound moves like we do. You know, like a lot of times Mitch and I are trading range-bound trades. And, you know, that's kind of what happens. When a range-bound trade doesn't work out, it usually doesn't work out by you getting squeezed out of the trade, you know? Like,
100%.
it breaks out on the upside or the downside. So, like, generally that's how it happens. And that's okay. You know, it's going to happen to everybody.
Woo. Bunch of share size going through there. Someone sold at 92s. Come on, let's go crack those 80s. I think what's holding it right now is a SPY.
Gregory says charts indicate there may be a massive drop soon. SPY will likely be at 277 by next Friday, like a big drop tomorrow. Today we will go sideways. I mean, yeah, we'll see.
I won't be mad at you.
Right. We'll see. I mean, that's okay. If that happens, I'm all right.
It's like I say, I won't be mad.
If that happens, I'm okay with it, you know. Like, just so if you guys want to see my positions, like, this is my positions real quick right here.
All right, guys.
Like, I'm like getting chopped out, baby. Like in this trade, I'm down $7. I'm just kind of hanging out.
All right, guys, didn't see the flip down happen there, so just have to hold tight here. Need to see a flip down. Need to see volume come in on the downside and the SPY to turn red on the 15-minute. Getting that pressure here. Let's see if we can get the SPY to just take a move towards the VWAP. There you go. Now I got a doji on the 15-minute. Looking for the candle to turn red. The candle turns red, we should get some support. Then you should see big sizing come in here, 85s, and that could really crush it down here. 8,000 shares going through there at 87. There you go. There's sizing following the down pressure. Just got to see it break down the 80s now.
I mean, I could leave both of ours up. Mine is such a small position. Like I can, but you're gonna lose half of Mitch's screen, and so I figure since Mitch is in the larger position, y'all can just watch him. I mean, I'll tell you guys what happens. You'll see what happens with me once the end. But I'm in with 400 and then 100 shares, so I'm just trading small.
All right, there you go. Weight put on the downside here, guys. Looking for sizing to add here. If sizing adds, I'll do the same. There you go. Red candle on the SPY. That's what I wanted to see. Now I'm looking for sizing to add in here. 5,600 shares there. Looking good for us, guys. Any bounce 84s, 85s, we're taking more.
Yep.
There you go. Looking great here. Looking great for us, so we're definitely going to take our swing for the day here.
Yeah, you got a cushion.
Is 85, 86. That's where we'll add. Anywhere in that area, 85, 86, we can add and then risk right off that 1690. One of the things I'm trying to do is improve on my adding to my positions when working.
Yep. Yeah, I'm completely break even now in both of these. All right, AMD giving us a little bounce here to the VWAP. I'm considering adding to this one now that it bounced up to the VWAP and then just maintaining that 05 risk level that I had before, really 08 as my risk. But we'll see how this bounce acts. If this bounce acts too quick, I'm just going to get out of this one. Because we had a nice downward move.
Guys.
But now we're getting
just
squeezed
added to
up.
my position here, guys. Got to hold to that 1690. Don't want to see 1691 hold here.
SPY ripping up here.
Big squeeze, guys.
Yep.
Got to watch out. Respect my limit.
Yeah, I'm about to get out of AMD and Cron if it goes against me. I'm still in both of these, but yeah, that big squeeze. Luckily, we're getting a follow right back down on the SPY. Hopefully that rejection holds. But yeah, scary squeeze.
Yep, just gotta hold and respect the limits. No need to stress here. Just look for the numbers.
Yep.
That's all it is. I think I did a great ad, regardless of what happens here, guys. I was sitting there at $1. I'm sitting here at $1. And that's where you want to be when you're adding. You don't want to put yourself in negatives and negatives and negatives. You want to put yourself in a position of strength. I'm in a position of strength right now. I'm at the entry. If it goes against me, I can hold and get out. If it goes towards my level, I'm actually at near the top, so it should give me a good breakdown.
Yep. And I'm just going to get out of Cron if it breaks like 22. I'll be down like $80 on the day, which less than 100 is fine.
Ooh, there's a squeeze in the SPY.
Yeah, the SPY ripped. The SPY's been playing games, and so I'm holding these pretty close here. AMD about to jump out.
All right, yeah. 90's showing up there, guys. If I see anything fill up here, I'm just going to get out. Rejection from 91's there, but paying attention for it right now for another swing back up.
Yeah, I got out of both mine. $100 loss on the day, which is fine. I made 122 yesterday, so
out.
Is what it is.
Squeezed.
Yeah, man, I got squeezed too.
Yep.
SPY rip. This is what happened. If you guys want to see what happened, look, this is what happened. We can throw the SPY up.
Squeeze.
Yep. This is the squeeze we got caught in, which is just a big squeeze in the market. And at least the SPY picked a direction. Like, maybe we'll get some good stuff later on in the day. I'm probably going to hang it up. Tough day for me. But, again, yesterday I made 120. The day before that I made a little bit as well. So, it's still a green week. Unfortunately, this, we had a losing day today. We'll see if I get into anything else. If I do, I'll update you guys in the Discord. Because we are getting some volatility at least, at the very least. John or Mitch, can you comment on how frustrating unexpected news is that affects your trades? I mean, that's just trading, though, man. I mean, that's just how trading is. Like, trading, listen, some days, like this, like, I'll put it like this, right? Like, the last 4 months of my trading have been great. They've been great, super profitable 4 months. Most weeks in the last 4 months, I've been averaging one losing day a week, and I've streamed it all live, right? And so I can't have unrealistic expectations in trading. Just like there's those 4 months where you do really, really well and, you're going to be I'm going to be profitable almost every single day. There's going to be weeks and probably months where I don't do well anymore. There's going to be weeks and months where I don't do well. And anybody that acts like those weeks or months never happen is lying to you. Those weeks and months 100% will happen. And the big thing is, like, you got to just take it with a grain of salt. Like, listen, if I have a losing day today, it doesn't mean I'm a bad trader. And I think that's the mistake that a lot of new traders make. They have to be green every single day. If they have a losing day, in their head, they think, well, I'm just a bad trader now. I'm just a bad trader. When that's not true, everybody's going to have losing days. And that's what causes them to force trades, to revenge trade, and ultimately lose their account. It's because they can't accept a loss. They have too much pride in their trading to accept a losing day. And that's how accounts are lost. And so the big lesson is that losing days are going to happen. I think Mitch and I have a little bit more pressure on us because we live stream it and we have hundreds of people that watch us every day. And we have some haters that are just waiting for us to fail. But in the end, the haters click regardless. They're going to watch the video regardless. And so if we can feed the haters a little bit, that's fine too,
All right, guys. Seeing a potential squeeze here in Roku. Potential squeeze in Roku.
Trump is speaking live. Yeah, that's what caused this bounce. Whatever happened with Kron? I ended up getting squeezed out of Kron. And rightfully so. But yeah, that's just the market getting squeezed up. And yeah, guys, listen, if you guys want to check out the same platform and broker that Mitch and I are using, I'll post this link. You'll see me jump in with 100 or 200 shares. One of the ways I can do that is because commissions are really cheap with small size, objectively cheap on TAFs. There's also, with their funded account program on TradeNet, you can get the intro package for $350. There's no PDT rules, so you can day trade and short stocks. There's also comes with a demo account, so you can get used to their platform for a few weeks, and a trading course and access to their chat room. And so that bundle makes a ton of sense. It's one of the ways new traders specifically can get started for really, really cheap in the market. And I think it just makes sense risk reward wise for new traders. It operates like a prop firm, and so there's a 70-30 split and there is a max loss. But again, I mean, the intro package is $350, ridiculously cheap. And there's only 1 day left in the sale. I think it goes up after that. So if y'all want to take advantage of it, there's the link. Yeah, we have way more people that support us than criticize us. Like I said, in the end, I ended up coming back yesterday. Maybe I'll come back today. Like I said, you guys want to see, I'll post it to Discord. I stopped posting recap videos because those don't ever really get that much views because people end up just watching the stream anyway. But we'll see. Like, I always end up posting my trade log if I do get into something else, so. I'm still looking at PM too, but we'll see.
Yeah, liking Roku there. Also liking MIK for bounce play. Didn't take it at 76, but I definitely liked it there off of 970. Looking at Roku for a potential squeeze, but market definitely shot up there, so I'm paying attention here.
Yeah, if we're getting Trump speaking, I'm going to be very careful with all this, But yeah, guys, hit that subscribe button. We do this live every day. You guys want to help support us? Click the subscribe button. We do this live for free on YouTube. We don't claim to be experts, gurus, anything like that. Hit the subscribe button. We do this every day for free on YouTube, And so you want to watch what it's really like day trading? Hit the subscribe button. You dislike us? You think we're fake or you hate us? Hit the subscribe button. We might lose like today. I'm sure this made you happy. Hit the subscribe button, guys. That's all I'm trying to say. Yeah, there's no PDT rule, Lexander. There's no PDT rule. So it's CFD trading, and it's kind of like a prop firm. So like they're giving you 14K in buying power to trade with, and then there's no PDT rule with that account because it's CFD trading. And there's a 70-30 split. So you're basically splitting your profit with them 70-30. So you keep 70%, they keep 30%. But again, there's no PDT rule. They're supplying you with the buying power. They're giving you a demo account to trade with for a few weeks when you first get started. Comes with the trading course, plus access to their chat room. And so the bundle is pretty solid, I think, in my opinion. I appreciate it. And yeah, one thing I've gotten a lot better about managing my emotions, you know, because like my emotions used to be all over the place. At this point, it's like I understand like losing is gonna happen, man. You know, losing's gonna happen no matter what we do. And if I try to stop myself from losing, I'm just gonna lose more in the long run, you know. And
Definitely.
so in the end, you just gotta say, you know what, it is what it is. Let the haters hate, you know. In the end, losing days are going to happen. You know, you want to follow somebody that only posts winning days, never posts losing days, go ahead and follow them. But we're the real deal, so we just show you all of it.
All right, guys. Big sizing coming into Roku there. 7,000 shares at 105. There it goes. There's a squeeze there. Looking to get in here and closer to 105s. I just might miss it, guys. I was looking for a pullback there. I had an order to get in there at 70s and 80s, 104, but someone decided at 105s that this was the time. There's the squeeze. 60-cent squeeze there. More sizing getting in there at 50s and 40s. Market going up.
Yeah, man, market squeezing up big there. Yeah, it's kind of a niche platform, Alexander. It's like there's a few little nuances to it that it's like it's CFD trading, but it's like it's kind of hard to explain. So it's like it's the best way I can describe it is it operates like a prop firm. I think it's one of the cheaper ways new traders can get started, but like I said, that's kind of the best way I can really describe it. If I had to, it's like a prop firm, so it's like there's a profit split, and you have to split your profit with them 70-30. So like if you make $1,000 in profit, you have to split 30% of that with them. So like if you make 1,000, they get 300, you get 700. So, but again, they're supplying you with the buying power. They are allowing you to trade on their platform. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons commissions are cheap as well.
All right, guys, thinking about longing here on OSTK. All right, there you go. Good bounce back there. Let's see if we can get 80s here.
All right, making about $30 on this trade on PM. Got the fade I finally wanted for a nice little fake out fade there. Gonna let it work, see if we can break this whole dollar with the last 100. Oh wait, Mitch isn't in anything. Here, I'll throw this up. My bad, guys.
Yeah. Trying to get in OSTK, but missed my entry there.
Like, I can leave it up like this, guys. Would you guys prefer it like this, or would you guys prefer it like my full screen so you can watch my chart as well? It doesn't matter to me. I think I'll probably leave Mitch up, like, if he's in something, just because he's generally taking larger position sizes than me.
Trying to get in on this pullback of OSTK. See if I can get a fill here.
Let's see, maybe gonna short back into this bounce here. We'll see. Gonna give it one more second. Maybe gonna get out if it breaks 20 really. For about break even on the rest.
One more pullback here in OSTK to get filled, and then we'll look for it to break out through 1190s. Might not get to my level. Just sitting underneath it with an order, but not going to chase into it. I definitely like it though, because just the daily chart supports a double bottom here at the what we got here, 1160s. Yep, look at that 1160s on the daily chart. I got a double, triple bottom at that 1160s. That's why I'm thinking about taking this trade here, guys. Need a pullback though. If not going to get in it. I might order out here.
And like I said, remember guys, hit that subscribe button. We do this for free on YouTube every single weekday. We haven't missed a day in over a year, and it's all free, and we trade the open every single morning. And so if you guys want to see what it's actually like day trading, if you guys want somebody to day trade with, if you want to see what the news is in the morning, click the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We go live every single day. And yeah, show your support for what we're doing here, fellas. So what's up, chat? What's everybody doing today? What's everybody watching right now? I finally got the PM fade that I was looking for, but probably should have taken a little bit larger sizing, but I think considering what I was down on the day, that's alright, I think.
All right, canceling my order for right now. Just getting really slow and stagnant, and ticking time bomb went off.
Yep.
These reactions in the market.
Yep. All right, about to get squeezed out, I feel like. Let me see. Close. Yep, out. So a little bitty gain, basically break-even trade. The squeeze is what I was trying to avoid here. But yeah, guys, I'm going to close it down unless Mitch is about to get into anything else. We'll see what happens, but you planning on getting into anything else?
As of right now, it needs to be a pullback in OSTK for me to get in. 85 doesn't seem like the worst thing, but I have to risk off the 75 here.
I mean, I'll post our Discord link if anybody wants to join our Discord. You know, y'all guys want to join our Discord, we'll post if we get into anything else with our trade log and everything like that, if you guys want to see it. So here's the link, guys. I'm going to go ahead and close it down. Like I said, you guys want to help support our channel here, hit the subscribe button. We do this live every day. You can join our public Discord in the chat. There's the link. You want to use the same platform that we do, super customizable, dynamic, super legitimate platform for beginners. Allows you to basically day trade with no PDT rule, with pretty cheap commissions, and also comes with a trading course, access to the chat room, a demo account, and I think that bundle makes a ton of sense for new traders. It's also one of the ways we keep this stream free, and so if you want to get started day trading for cheap, there's the link in the chat for the intro package. The sale ends tomorrow, and so I think it's a solid deal, guys. And there's the link. If you guys want to check out trade ideas, I'll post that link here as well. Those are the scanners that we're using. In my opinion, the best scanners in the game by far. Super customizable, allow you to do a lot of different stuff with them. And so I'll post this link for trade ideas as well. Remember, guys, click the subscribe button. We do this live every day. Small loss today, less than $100, 92 loss for me. I think Mitch ended green.
Yep, up about $50.
Hey, green is good, bro. Here's Mitch.
Yeah. Not too bad. 2 for 1.
Yeah. And so, yeah, guys, hit the subscribe button. Come join us again. And we hope to see you tomorrow, fellas. Later, guys. Remember, join our Discord. You want to see if we get into anything else for the rest of the day. Later, team.